Hi, and welcome to our podcast between tapas and tea. And we are two Filipino, Jim from Spain, Madrid, and me, Rose, from England in the UK. And we are just OFWs, expats, just figuring things out. We are aspiring content creators and making things and trying not to spiral.
Yes, that's right. And this podcast is part accountability, part therapy, part existential chismes. And we wanted a space where we could talk about the creative process of being a content creator, the expat life, and everything in between.
Perfect. And so, ta-da! This is our episode 3.
Yes, third episode, finally. Wow.
Watching, so why keep creating? So
Mm-hmm.
basically, in our title, the theme will be about validation, expectations versus reality, inner motivation, self worth as a creator. So
That
just
is
keep
true.
tuning in, and yeah,
So the first question is like, what were we expecting when we launched this podcast? Is it views? Is it shares? So share your thoughts, Rose, about this.
really powerful question. Then, can you believe it? It's already our third episode.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. Like this is the most progress that I've made since I've had this thing being a content creator in mind for like years.
Yeah,
So
and this is just a small thing, but for me, it's a big one. Yeah, I think going back to that very intriguing question, when we launched this podcast, we are really aiming to just get started.
Mhm.
Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be viral during the first two or three episode
Mhm.
stations, the perfect, you know, kind of idea of others, but we just want to get that feeling of getting it done, getting
Mhm.
started, start from there. Views, okay, view will be high or not, it's fine. Shares, high or not, it's fine. But the self fulfillment that we are seeing our each other progressing and you know keeping keep on showing up every day.
Yes.
I
I
think
think
that's that's the
important
main.
thing, no? And I'm
Yeah,
gonna be honest with you, Rose. So I told you I created like one YouTube channel. I mean,
yeah,
I did, but before that, I had another YouTube channel. So basically, I created two channels already, and this is the third one, basically. So hopefully, it's true when they say that the third one's, the charm, no? That's where we actually like do better work. But I think the first two, I remember I kept on thinking about the views, the audience. They were my priority. But I think with this show, like what we were talking, it's just our priority is ourselves, no? A space to grow, a space to make mistakes, a space to discover ourselves and discover our own voices as content creators. And I feel pretty, positive about this undertaking because I know that we're both aligned that we're not doing this primarily for the views or to find the audience. Like it's our place to improve our public speaking skills. That's one of it. And to like get real about the struggles of doing this, juggling with our full-time jobs, juggling with our lives, our personal lives, our friendships and everything. What do
yeah.
you think about that?
Actually, you just put it all together perfectly. And I think just to have a little bit of a recap of
Mhm.
how is this podcast now. We started recording, when was it? Friday, right?
Mhm.
Saturday. I don't know.
Thursday.
Thursday. We started recording Thursday, this Thursday. And then that's in the episode 1, that's the introductory one. If you guys want to watch that, please feel free to do so as well. On the episode 2, we recorded that yesterday
Mhm.
because there are some stuff that is getting along the way. But since we committed to ourselves that we want to upload every Sunday, weekly, we need to record each episode in advance. And that's our commitment to ourselves. And it gave us a lot of fulfillment that we were able to make that promise to ourselves.
Mhm.
That small win. We're enjoying it, to be honest. And this is our third episode, which is Saturday.
Yeah.
So yeah, we said that it's a weekly episode, and it will be a weekly catch up. So we will be able like to talk about our weekly, what happened, our learning from those moving forward while we are starting, because we are so committed and passionate to get started. Even if there are things along the way on the next 2 weeks, we
Mhm.
just make sure that we need to do the 2 episodes so we won't miss our weekly upload. And
Mhm.
I guess I know it's difficult sometimes to keep on your words to yourself, but you just need to do it.
That
You've
is
got to do
true.
it. Yeah.
That is true. And I think for me, we're both lucky as well in the sense that we know that we have this rapport, this chemistry, you know? I've thought of like other close friends, I would say, who could do this with me, but I felt like it was just natural with you. Like after the first episode, like it, like I told myself, like, oh my God, this will be a years long commitment for me. And I'm happy doing it and I feel energized doing it. So, like, there's no debate that I'm sure we're gonna continue this. And
Yeah.
talking about uh, um the content, because views and shares, no, that's the question. And at the start it didn't blow up because I didn't know what I was doing. So, Rose, why does silence sometimes feel like failure?
I think as a human being, we are like designed to move around. Like
Mm-hmm.
what we discussed in our episode 2, that you were able to share it about learned helplessness.
Mm-hmm.
The concept really is you've got to get moving,
Mm-hmm.
whichever or however you want it, like that or just standing up. Because the moment you move, you're not stagnant. You're not just like, you're not like, sometimes you really need to move to just keep yourself going
Yeah.
until you figure things out along the way. Because we are designed that way, it's difficult for us to like relax, or sometimes like find the enjoyment in solitude, in calmness.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult for us to silence our mind as well. Sometimes it feels failure, sorry. So like for example, because we are all in the corporate world, when we are off sick for a long time, it feels like a failure that you're not doing anything. It's difficult to have a rest because you always feel like you should be moving.
That is true.
We just need to find the balance. I mean, silence, it's just an equality of, when you're silent you're not moving, when you're not moving you're not doing anything, when you're not
And I
doing
think that is
anything.
a
Yeah.
wonderful point. To add to that, I think like the corporate example is perfect because we live in a society that is obsessed with metrics and KPIs, no?
Yes.
So when you
And
don't hit the
the promotion,
KPI,
tell me about it.
no, like, oh my God, like I've posted this like a week ago and I only got 10 views. We think of it as failure already. And I keep reminding myself that one example in nature about the silence that you're talking about is that the growth process of a bamboo. No, when they grow so tall, they're super tall, no, but apparently, according to science, its growth process is that it doesn't grow for the first 5 years. And then after that, it just grows exponentially. So I
I think
keep coming back to that thought, to that metaphor of the growth of the bamboo. No, like probably like especially in content creation, maybe we won't see any significant milestones or achievements in the first 2 or 3 years, but
yeah.
I'm just gonna think of our content as like the bamboo. Na we're just planting seeds and it's quietly growing. Like we can't see it with metrics and everything, but it's growing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, just to have a level ground understanding as well with our audience, maybe it's worth it to share as well our setup. Like,
Mhm,
how are we doing this
mhm.
podcast? Like, do we have a script? How do we prepare for it? Like, because it's a long distance
Yeah,
relationship, isn't it? You
that
guys.
is that is true. That is true. That's the best description for this.
So, do you mind sharing to our audience how our setup is?
Yeah, so our setup is basically free flowing. We try to have an outline, no, because we want to have structure, but we don't want to be limited to the structure of the outline. So that's why whenever there's an idea that Rose has or I have, we just like throw it out there and we discuss it. So this is a space for us to, I would say, to get messy, but we were talking about it earlier that even if we started messily in a chaotic manner, now we're starting to like saw glimpses of how we could put structure into it. And yeah, I think it's the natural way of doing things, and we're naturally figuring things out as we go along.
Yeah. And I think I can join one word when you said the mess earlier.
Hmm.
We are currently enjoying the mess that we are on right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's a small win for me personally as well, because I find it difficult to find beauty in chaos.
Hmm.
It's like beauty for me is perfection.
Yeah.
You cannot find beauty in destruction or chaos. But with what is happening right now, that, our structure is still messy, but
Hmm.
we are learning each episode. Just to give everyone a quick overview as well of what happened just earlier. So, as you can compare the introduction that we're making since the first episode, second episode, up until the episode of this, until the introduction of this episode, we were able like to have a little bit of system now,
Yeah.
a proper flow, which is, it's a kind of a recognition or, a achievement for us, because
Achievement. It
we
is.
are learning from our mess.
Hmm.
And I hope everyone will start as well to encourage themselves, try their hardest effort to find beauty in their chaos.
And I think that is an amazing insight because naturally the world is chaotic, no? What we're doing is just like um taking it like making it our own and like creating stuff from the messy things, no? But with chaos, with mess, present there lies the opportunity basically.
Definitely.
As online content creators, I think we acknowledge that there's a human need for recognition, no, online.
Yeah, definitely. So, in connection to that statement that you just mentioned, so is it wrong to want to be seen?
That is a, I think that is a packed question,
Yeah,
and I don't think personally, I don't think there's nothing wrong with being seen, but I think it becomes wrong when you perform for others just to be seen. No, when you curate yourself. I mean, there's nothing wrong with curation as well, but when you basically remove normal parts of yourself so that the online world would love you, I think that is, to me, that is like a disservice to your authentic self because our authentic selves are beautiful, but it's what
definitely.
happens online because I also find myself like taking 20, 30 when I want to post something on Instagram. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite about it. I also want to have my best picture. Right now I try to put some, like authenticity to it and not just make my friends know that, oh, I look so cool, I look so luxurious and everything. How about you? How is it for you, like whenever you try to post something or you present yourself online?
Yeah, gotta be honest. I mean, that's what we are here for. The honest conversation, isn't it? That's what
That's
our
true.
podcast is all
Yeah.
about. Yes. I think it's okay for me to say the word. I'm a sucker for attention. However,
We both are, eh? That's why we did this podcast.
it took me a while before I was able to realize that I'd rather enjoy my authentic self
Mhm.
being seen by just few people, but those are real people, instead of not enjoying my life, but I look perfectly, I don't know, everything, you know, presentably perfect, just to please the entire world. I mean, I think I'm in a current stage right now in my life wherein I want to please myself more.
Mhm.
It's not an overnight project. It's
Mhm.
consistent day-to-day commitment.
Exactly.
Okay, who I want to please today? Myself, my God. That's
Mhm.
it. Not anyone else. Because what's life is all about.
Mhm.
We're not going to enjoy it
Yeah.
as well.
And part of enjoying life is like, being true to yourself.
Exactly. So, yeah, like what you mentioned earlier, you just said it perfectly. It's not wrong to feel it that way. The best part is we are being honest with ourselves. Yes, we're honest. We want to be seen. But that's not the defining factor of our value, of our worth. So,
That's true.
yeah,
And
that's.
on the topic of being honest, I
Mhm,
have another question, no? Like you did the podcast before.
mhm.
My next question is like, do numbers affect how you felt back then when you were doing the podcast? Because I remember you said you did like almost 50 episodes. And of
Yeah.
course you can see the analytics side of it, like the numbers. So did the numbers affect how you felt about it?
Yes, definitely. More on the negative side as
Mm-hmm.
compared to the positive side. So before I deleted that previous Fusion for Passion podcast, I
Mm-hmm.
was able to record a real video. I posted it on my personal Instagram, and I was able to reflect on what are my metrics before and what are the result of what I was posting before. And then I remember looking back, whenever I'm seeing an increase
Mm-hmm.
in the views, it kind of make me feel to upload more.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
then if I'm seeing that there's no much progress in the views, I don't feel like uploading it. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that killed my passion.
Mm-hmm.
I started to base what I'm doing in the numbers of views.
I think the same thing happened for me as well. There was one YouTube video that garnered 1,000 of views. Like it's the first time, and I was super excited about it. I
Mhm.
mean, I think I benchmarked like some of the videos that are performing well in my niche before, but looking back, like we're one man team when we were doing this content, no?
Yeah.
It was an exhausting undertaking. That specific video for me that got the most views in my channel. But in looking back, I know that with my time and resources, I won't be able to like keep it up, no? But I felt so good about it. But then again, like you said, when you focus on the numbers solely, that's when it takes the joy out of the work that you do.
True. And I think it's important that you're enjoying what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Not just in content creation, in life generally.
That
If
is
you're
true.
not enjoying what you're doing anymore,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you're being punished. As soon as you wake up in the morning, you don't feel like doing it because there's no joy. So I think joy is it has it has to be in the equation.
Actually, you're right, and I think it should be one of the top. metrics, if you would call it that, no? Like if it gives you joy, like this, like what we're doing. I tell you all the time that recording this podcast with you, it makes me feel energized, like during and
Yeah.
after. So like to me, we're hitting our metrics. So we're
Yeah.
good with that part. So let's just continue what we're doing.
It's just so easy to measure, isn't it? We're just going to ask ourselves honest answer to ourselves, like, are we happy doing this? Yes or no? That's it. There's no number, there's no specific million views or something. Are we happy? Yes or no? So yeah, I hope 3 weeks in 3 years from now
Yeah.
we will be looking back up to this stage, and I hope we will still answer ourselves the same as yes, still enjoying this. That's my manifestation.
And another thing about the struggle of being a content creator is like the loneliness of it. I'm sure you felt it, and
Yeah.
I felt it as well. That's why I deleted my two YouTube channels, no? So
Yeah.
it's a lonely journey. And what was the loneliest part of putting yourself out there?
It is when you keep on putting the section in your podcast saying, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, suggestions, feel free to leave a comment, message me or something. And I've never received any. I think that's the loneliest part because my podcast before Fusion for Passion, it's only a few times that I was able to have guests. So I was really lonely because I'm only doing it just by myself. And because I started to be dependent on the number of views, shares, it
Mm-hmm.
killed the joy
Mm-hmm.
of doing it until it became, I don't want to do it anymore.
Exhausting. It became exhausting, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how about you during your during your YouTube channel before? What's the loneliest part?
Well, truth be told, I felt the same thing as you, and I think that is one of the specific struggles that we have as content creators. But also to add to that, I would say that there are times that my friends and my family they question why I do this. I mean, I know that it's coming like my close friends and my partner. It's coming from a place of worry, no? Or
Yeah.
like and then looking back, it also made me feel like, yeah, what was it? What am I doing this for? No? And I think one of the failures there then was that I haven't really clarified and doubled down on why I'm doing this. I
Yeah.
mean, I think I was at first, I'll be honest, I was intrigued by how becoming a content creator presents you freedom, you handle your own time, and that's very interesting to me because like I want to have like time freedom, time independence, no? Like I feel like the corporate work, like the 9 to 5 is not for me. So I went in with the goal of like I have to monetize as soon as possible. And that is the wrong why, eh? That is the wrong why to start with. So now it's different. It's just to like express myself, to share my ideas, and like what I told you, like to find our people, basically like people like us who think the same things and people like us who have the same values, to build community.
Yeah. I love how you put the idea and the concept of why are you
Hmm.
doing something. And I think when you're done establishing your why,
Hmm.
that becomes your compass in what you're doing.
That is true.
Not just in content creation, but in general life. When your why is powerful, is clear, you have a conviction in it. Yes, you will still be lost your way along the way, but you will always find your direction because your why is your compass. And I think that's what we are advocating in this podcast between tapas and tea, wherein our why in launching this podcast really is first to develop our public speaking skills, our communication skills, our
Mhm.
thought processes, our content creation skills. So, and then we made sure as well that we are enjoying the journey.
Mhm.
And like what you mentioned earlier, the financial side of it, monetizing out of it,
Mhm.
honestly, yes, we want that. However, we all know, like you said, the concept of a growing bamboo,
Yeah.
it will not happen overnight.
Exactly.
And it will not happen in one upload.
Mhm.
You've got to be consistent to be there. And maybe right now, that will just be a bonus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because this kind of journey
Yeah.
in our age, like you said, it's a fulfillment, it's an achievement that you're being able to start this consistently on the third episode already. So I think why are we doing something is really important.
Mhm.
Keep on asking ourselves the question, why are we doing this? Why? So that's a really good reminder from you, Jim. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a reminder for us, no? Like it's a reminder for myself that now this time around I'm not doing it for the numbers. Of course, like I'll be honest, that's what I want, but if it doesn't come in 1 year or 2 years, I'm just going to be seeing it through because the struggle, I would say it's really a part of the process, no? And like a hypothetical question, like how do we keep going if, for example, it's for the both of us? How do we keep going? How do we keep talking when after a year no one is responding?
That's a very powerful question. In a year from now, if our numbers are still not up, how are we keep on talking?
Mm,
I think the idealistic side of me is answering that so long as we are still enjoying what
yeah,
we're doing,
I agree.
a year from now,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. We'll keep on doing it. We'll keep on doing it. The only validation that we want is the one from ourselves,
That's true.
not from the external. Yes,
That's
we will accept a lot of constructive criticism because
criticism.
those will help improve. And why not? If you guys have some recommendations or comments to us, feel free to do so. If you want
Notes, yeah.
us, it feel free to do so as well. But the only question that we will always ask ourselves, are we still enjoying this? Despite the bashing, despite the negative comments, are we still enjoying this? We're not hurting any other people. But yeah, I mean, so long as we are still enjoying this, that feeling, that's a very powerful question.
I think we just agreed, no, that our number one metric
Yeah,
is joy. That's our number one metric. So you see, we're discovering things. And I think for me, it's the same answer, eh? And I think aside from that joy, we will continue and maybe we could have discussions about how we could pivot. And I think for a year from now, we would have lots of data points about which content, you know, resonated with audiences, and maybe we could focus on that specific niche, no? So we don't know, but I totally 100% agree with you that the number one metric for us, even after a year, 2 years, 3 years, should be joy.
yeah. A follow-up question about the concept of joy. I was just thinking because I'm a listener as well to a lot of podcasts out.
Hmm.
So I think one of our audience might ask themselves like, well, what if the joy dies down? You
Hmm.
know, during the honeymoon stage, the
Yeah.
joy is all over the place.
Hmm.
I think that's what is happening to us right now
Hmm.
until this episode
Yeah, we're
drops.
in the honeymoon phase. Yeah.
But the thing is, the reality hits. Maybe, I don't know, a month from now, 6 months, a year, the joy will die down because it feels like I don't know, we are affecting by the views. We are, that's a reality. We cannot deny that. But I think one of the anchor that will help us is going back to the question of why are
Exactly.
we doing this?
Exactly.
When the joy dies down, ask yourselves, why are we doing this? And maybe that will help you to go back
Mhm.
the right path.
That is I think the best answer to this question. And not tooting our own horns or not being boastful about it, but we both of us, we've done consulting work, no? So I
Yes.
think when that happens, like we could do like a root cause analysis, like
True.
what happened, what happened. So I'm sure we could solve the problem collaboratively. I'm sure of that. So, but that my answer is the same as you. That is the best answer to that question.
What a nice Saturday morning. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it as well. Another question.
Mm.
So, what do you think is better than virality?
Aha. What's better than virality? For me, that the first answer that came to mind is authenticity. Because when you're authentic, you yeah, sure. Like you wouldn't attract a lot of people, but you will attract the right people.
The
So
real ones. Those
the
people who
real
will
one.
stick with you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's true. I think a
How
lot of
about you?
Yeah, I think a lot of content creators keep on saying this, that you cannot please everyone.
Exactly.
You cannot target everyone. You just need to choose what niche you're passionate about. I mean, maybe even there's just one, two, three people who will stick up with you. It's okay. Just keep on going. Just keep on doing. And yeah, so long as you're genuine, you're real. Because it's tiring to pretend, isn't it?
It is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Me personally, I have some moments wherein I really need to pretend that I'm kind of another person just to please some people. It's tiring.
It is.
It's what quickly puts me into a spiral of depression and stress. And I just realized it's really not good for me personally. I can't just pretend for a long time. I can't even pretend for just a short time because it kills my enjoyment. And right now, it's important for me that I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So, yeah, I totally agree with you as well.
And like to add to that, I spent most of my 20s like doing just that, trying to please people, trying to pretend like I'm this person, but in reality, I'm not. So it's exhausting. Like you said, it is exhausting. Like we have stuff to deal with in life. And when you add the exhaustion from pretending, it's too much. So, like, I think that's also something that I realized when I reached the big 30, the big 30, like, oh my God, it's time to stop pretending. It's time to, embrace my quirks, the stuff that people hate about me because this is who I am.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what? For some reason, I thought it's just an Asian thing that when you turn 30, it's a big deal. I
Hmm.
did not know that it's also a Western thing.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because just to share as well, when my partner turned 30, it
Hmm.
was quite a different birthday of what he had before. And I was like, I thought it's just an Asian thing. And
Hmm.
now this year that I'm turning 30, like you said, I am in that on off
Hmm.
breakdown sometimes.
Yeah.
The most recent I had was just this week. I think that was before you called me.
Hmm.
And before you offered, like, do you want to do this or what? Yeah, I wasn't able to mention to you about this one, but I think it was Wednesday when I had this breakdown. My partner was at work and I called him. I was so big. I was crying. And then when he asked me what's wrong, I can't point out
Mhm.
exactly what triggered my crying, but it's the fact that I'm turning 30 in November. I don't feel like I've done a lot in my life. I don't feel like I'm even close to my goals before. It's my aspiring, I'm an aspiring lawyer. It's
Mhm.
my childhood dream. I'm not even close to that. I
Mhm.
haven't done my master, I haven't done my law school.
Mhm.
I'm still too far, and a lot of things are happening in my life. So, endometriosis and everything, the IVF journey. So, I was like, there's a lot of things going on. I don't know how I'm going to go there to meet my goals. And I'm feeling overwhelmed with a lot of things happening.
Mhm.
And I was off work for 6 weeks before because of the surgery. So, it's like I was thinking this 30-year-old birthday thing is really like a wake up call.
It
Maybe
hits you
that's why
hard.
yeah, maybe that's why it's affecting everyone because it's like a wake up call of, hey, what's your life right now? Can
Because
you
like we were given the script that by 30 you should have figured everything out in your life. No, I think we grew up with that script.
I don't know who invented that, but I'm curious to meet him or
Yeah.
her. I don't know. But that's really everyone's like, yes, that's the main question, isn't it? How come you haven't figured things out yet? You're already 30. Like, what?
Yeah, the fact that, like the fact like you said, I also want to question who made that. Like why 30? Like what about different circumstances in life? Like for example, we uprooted ourselves and moved to another country. Can we start a can we do a can we have a do-over? Can we start again because we moved, no?
Yeah,
Because that's
definitely.
another kind of like adjustment again. So
Yeah,
like it
you're
just
right.
puts pressure in everyone, to be honest.
And I remember how thankful I was and how grateful I was of my partner when I was sobbing and cry to him because he comforted me. He's the one who made me realize, like you said, before I'm turning 30 this November, I'm already able to come to this country,
Mhm.
start over my life,
Yeah.
being an auditor,
Mhm.
investments as
Yeah.
well. And he said, you've done a lot.
Exactly.
And
Before 30, like my God, what an achievement. I mean, I moved to Spain when I was turning. Oh my God, we're almost the same.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Like you said, sometimes it doesn't have to be a very grand, I don't know, a grand way of celebrating your 30. But I think it's just, it's just maybe a reminder to myself as well that if ever that I'm not yet there to my goal, it's at the end of the world.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's just a reminder that in our content creation journey as well, we want the views, we want the exposure and everything, but so long as we're still enjoying what
Yeah.
we're doing, and even if sometimes the joy dies down, we'll
Mhm.
just keep on reminding each other why are we doing this.
Yeah. That's true.
So
And I think a similar struggle or question to that, because like when we turned 30,
mhm.
like what you said, so many things are happening. And I heard a lot of people like, "Oh, why did you stop this hobby? Why did you stop this undertaking, this hobby or painting, you know?" And then normally they would say, "Well, life happened." So my next question is like, what are like tips or mindsets or stuff that we could do to help us stay consistent when life happens, because whether we like it or not, life will happen. Like you mentioned that you're gonna go through your IVF journey, and I'm sure that would be like a grueling journey as well, no? So when that happens, like how do we stay consistent?
I think first things first is we need to be more, kinder to ourselves. We need to let ourselves slip away sometimes.
Mhm.
And I think you mentioned this. I'm not sure if during the first episode or second episode, but you said, I know it's difficult for us to be okay failing a lot of times and just succeeding once. But the truth is, we will slip away sometimes. We will we need to stay quiet. We need to be quiet sometimes. We need, while we're dealing with life, we need
Like
to be quiet.
heads down, just do our work, no?
Yeah. And when that happens, it's okay. It's not a failure. You just need to pause.
Mhm.
And then as an accountability partner, we'll keep checking on each other. How
That
are we doing? Are we okay? Are we not? And we'll remind each other again of our whys. Why are we doing this? Okay, so let's say on my IVF journey, hopefully it will succeed. But if it will not, at least I have a lesson from that.
yeah,
I have something to share as well from that.
exactly.
My failure might be other people's blessing
Mhm.
because it helped them.
Mhm.
So, yes, I'm the ally, as you call in the Philippines. I don't know how you call it in English.
The sacrifice
Yeah,
or
I'm the sacrifice, but at least in my sacrifice, there's someone who benefited from it.
yeah. Mhm. From your
So,
story.
in our, whenever life happens to us, just sit tight, keep on fighting, keep on pursuing, keep on striving. After the storm, relax, reflect, and then extract whatever you learn from it and share it to people because some people will learn from it.
Mhm.
So that's my point. How about you? How do you think we will be consistent?
I think you said it as well, and that is very important. And growing up in a hypercritical society or environment, I'm sure you did as well, no? Like it's a big task for us to give ourselves grace or to be kind to ourselves, but I think that's just what we need as well. I think that is our second metric, no, like kindness to ourselves, like in this journey, because it's life, like things happen. There might be emergencies, there might be like, big life changes that would happen, but the idea is whatever happens to be kind to each other and like to check up on each other. I mean, we're accountability buddies for this show, and studies and like research shows that people who have accountability buddies, like they're more likely to accomplish their goals like by like a margin of like 50-60%, compared to people who are doing their goals alone. I would say I'm optimistic that we will be able to be consistent in this journey. And if something happens that, we were not able to shoot it one time, I think, like you said, the only way to do it is to do it with grace, to do it with kindness to ourselves.
That's perfect strategy. And can I add one more thing to that? Can we also keep on practicing the gratitude? You mentioned the word gratitude earlier, and that strikes me because I was thinking you don't need to be thankful because of the big things alone.
That is true.
Even the small things, even the small wins, we've got to acknowledge them. We've got to recognize them.
Hmm.
Those small things brings up the bigger things.
Hmm.
We need, I mean, let's practice that one as well. And I remember when we started this episode 3, we were very thankful how we are seeing few improvements from the
Yeah,
previous episodes we recorded. I know it's just a small thing while we're celebrating it. It doesn't matter. We're enjoying. We're seeing the progress, even if they're small. We're thankful for that.
exactly. Yeah. And I think, like, some people say that whenever they break up, whenever they get a divorce, some people would say like, "Oh, what happened?" And they would answer like, "It's the little things and they piled up." And I think it's not just about breakups and divorces. No, it's also like with enjoying and like living your life. It's really about being thankful about these small things, because in the long run they pile up and they contribute to your general well-being, to your happiness, to our happiness.
It's difficult to solve the bigger problem if you were not been able to be aware of the small problems
Hmm.
resulting to it.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, you're right. And in our journey, what I'm really happy and thankful about is you're becoming really my mentor. You're sending me this like videos to watch, like as an accountability partner, we're helping each other grow. And I really appreciate it because it's really happening. It's like it's expanding my mind that it feels like you're unstoppable. It feels like you can do everything.
I'm so
Yeah,
touched to hear that. But you're also like my mentor, right? Like I also learn a lot from you. So we're learning from each other, and I think that is a wonderful thing about this experience, about this undertaking, no?
yeah,
That we're learning from each other, and that we have similar struggles, and it's also reminding the both of us like to be kinder to ourselves, to have more gratitude, and to just show up every day we need to.
yeah. And I think we want to encourage our audience as well. If they can,
Hmm.
I know it's difficult, if they can find their accountability partner that they're comfortable with, do it
Yeah.
because you just don't know what kind of difference it can make to your life.
Hmm.
It's just amazing. Even we're not recording in our personal lives, we still keep on checking on each other. Like, for example, yesterday, after we recorded one, I messaged Jim. I said, after my Zumba class, I said to him, "Oh, my Zumba class was ace."
Hmm.
And that update, I did not send that to my partner alone, but I send it to my accountability partner as well because it feels like my small win. I'm happy to share it to my accountability partner.
Yeah.
He said he's happy to hear about
Yeah, and to be honest, I also felt like, it's your achievement, but when you shared it to me, I felt like, wow, I felt good about it. I felt good about your achievement. And I think that's the good thing about accountability partners. You're n- you don't just feel joy from your own achievement, but you also feel joy from the achievement of your partner.
yeah,
To me, that doubles your joy, your
yeah.
happiness.
It makes you feeling the joy of being selfless.
Mhm.
And it's, I don't know, it's just, it's a good practice, like to be happy for other people.
And I think as well, like an important part of the accountability. I mean, it's accountability. We're transparent with each other, and but so far, not tooting our own horn. We've been killing it the past few days, but I'm sure that it'll happen down the line. That maybe I would fail on one of my goals, and that's okay. I'll share it to Rose, and I'll be honest about it. Like, oh, what happened? Why wasn't I able to do this or that? So it's like we're gonna be talking about the difficult things as well, not just the wins.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think the best wins are being found in those losses,
Hmm.
those failures.
And
So,
like learning from them.
yeah,
You win or
that's,
you.
yes, that's, oh, I loved your mantra. And
Yeah,
everything happens for a reason.
yeah, I
That's
love
really
that
a
too.
reminder. So, as a another question, what would you still create if this never became big?
Hmm.
Quite controversial, isn't it?
For me right now, um,
Are we going to still create
I'll
even?
I'll be I'll be honest with you. Um, right now, my personal motivations or my vision for the shows, I don't have like high expectations. Like I'm just happy with how things as it is. Am I gonna still do this if I know that it's gonna be not gonna be successful? Yeah, because I get so much out of it. I get a lot of joy from it. So to me, the answer is like easy. And as for my personal content, no, like the self-designed path, I think that is a complicated question. But right now, I would say that if it never becomes big, my personal content, I think I'm still gonna do it. No, like I told you, like right now, the audience that I have in mind is my younger self. So I would look at it as a way to just talk to my younger self, like as a way to like really be closer to those parts of me that I used to hate, that I used to like really hide from people. So the fact that I'm getting closer to myself and I'm getting to know myself more, I think there's inherent benefit in that already. So even if my personal content doesn't go viral, it doesn't blow up, I'm still gonna do it for myself. How about you, Rose?
Yes, I do agree with you. Um, I'm still going to continue it even if will not be big because we are advocating this consistency
Mm-hmm.
concept wherein just show up every day. Keep on showing. And yes, we might not meet the metrics that we want, the high number of views, shares, but so long as we are enjoying what we're doing, even if no one is watching,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. And that's the best thing. Even if no one is watching, we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
We are happy. We're not doing anything wrong to others. Why are we going to stop?
And
So
like to me, like this is just another form of like socializing with a friend, no? And we're just recording it. Like it could be like a digital diary of our catch ups, no? To me, it's like another form of that. So that to me also has inherent value, like even without the views, the shares, or the subscribers.
that's true. That is really a powerful morning to discuss about
Mm-hmm.
and a good way to start my weekend.
Yeah. So, do you have any plans for the weekend? Just to share a piece of our personal lives to
Yeah,
our audience.
this is my last weekend that I'm off work, so I'll be back on Monday. And as much as possible, I want to prepare myself
Mm-hmm.
to being okay in working again.
Mm-hmm.
I will savor this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
spending it with my partner as well, doing some errands because we are currently planning to move as well. So we are
Ah,
decluttering the house and everything. And then yeah, I don't want to bombard myself with a lot of errands or
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And since it's still like very hot here in England right now, the
How
best
many degrees right now?
I don't know, hold on. Let me just quickly check. During when the weather is like this, you've got to go out and at least savor it while it lasts. It's 28 degrees Celsius.
I love 28 degrees here in Spain. I love it.
So that's kind of my weekend. How about yours?
For me, like right now, I'm trying to work out twice a day. That is like at least workout to me means like at least 45 minutes of activity, no, or movement. So normally my routine like this summer is like in the morning I walk at least 45 minutes and then at least 45 minutes in the gym. So whenever I'm done doing my strength workout, I would also maybe do some treadmill or like the indoor. I'm enjoying the indoor rowing. I
Nice.
feel like a rower, or sometimes I do the stationary bike as well, and some yoga and swimming. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely in my sporty era right now. And the usual socials with friends. And since it's Pride Month, we're trying to watch at least one LGBT themed movie every other day. Yeah.
A nice one. That's cool. And yeah, I think that's our weekend.
Yeah.
Very fruitful as well. And it's a good start. A lot of realizations, a lot of stuff happening.
Mhm.
Yeah, from Between Tapas and Tea podcast, we encourage everyone to.
Share your story, and like if you have similar struggles, like we're very happy to discuss it. Like if you feel like if you're also in your content creation journey, like share to us, like have you ever felt like no one's watching? What keeps you going? No, like we care about those things.
Yes.
And maybe you don't know, maybe we talk about the struggles that you share to us, so just share them, and we're very happy to like discuss it.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, shout out to all the Filipinos all over the world, the
Yes.
expats, the OFWs, and to other listeners of ours from Spain, England, and the Philippines. So I hope you guys, yes, keep on tuning in and feel free to just give us any message or DMs.
Yes.
That's it for today.
That's it for today. See you guys.